Hi, Mick McQuaid here with an impromptu little video. I'm looking at this document, hcin620Fall2015 Lecture 00A. You probably saw the document looking more or less, like this, just this portion right here. The other day, I asked you to add some items to it, and many of you did so. In fact, most of you did so. You added a level 3 heading with your name, and you wrote in a bunch of stuff. Since then, I have added some comments, and some other students have commented on my comments, reacted to my reactions, and so on. That's really great. I think that's going really well. Then today, August 26th, I added these 3 paragraphs. I put them in red so that it would be obvious that they were new. I actually now don't like that look, so I'm going to figure out some other way to make things look new. Previously, I was just doing italics for comments on your parts, and I like where other students also used comments to comment on that, to separate it from the main body of the document. But this red is not that great. The main reason that I'm making this video right now is that I logged in here today. I logged into Google Drive, and I opened this document, and there were some students logged in. So I clicked on this little balloon here because there were already comments. If there had not been any comments, I think if I had clicked this, it would have opened an empty comments thread. So when I opened it, it gave me the opportunity to make the comments that you can see here. I think some people don't realize that this facility is here, and that when I refer to the sidebar chat in the document, some students aren't aware that this exists. So that's really the main reason that I'm making this video, is to make sure that you are aware that that this sidebar is present. It has some limitations. I don't like to use it too much. One of the big limitations is when you log in, if there were comments before you logged in, you don't see those comments. Or at least that's the way it was last semester. Google may have actually improved that, because I actually logged out of this and logged back in. And when I logged back in, it continued to show the comments that I had made when I had been logged in previously, and this comment by another student that had been made while I had been logged in previously. So I'm not really sure. Google is constantly changing this application. In fact, I just found out today that my Android version is obsolete, and Google is recommending yet another new app for accessing this on Android. In the version that I have in Android, and the version that you can see in Chrome in Android, you can't get into this comment sidebar. So possibly the new version will allow that. But I'm doing this on a Mac, and I've had students in the lab doing it last term, and they use generally either Mac or Windows machines. I think I had a student join this in iOS, but I can't swear to that. I'm not really sure. I have all those platforms available, so I can test that later, but it's very time consuming to test these things. So in any event, I regard this as a suboptimal form of communication, something that we can do just to make ephemeral comments, and the main body of the things that we do should go into the body of the document. Those are also another thing that I should point out is that I could comment. So I've commented on things here. I've commented on things in the body of the document. I could instead comment on them in the following way. I'll do this on one of my own, so it won't be a big deal. So let's say, for example, I want to comment on the use of the word eclectic. So I can actually, oops, that's too far down. Let me move it up here. It's off the screen. So if I right-click on this, I can. It says here that I can comment on it. And when I make that comment, let me move this out of the way. When I comment, it'll create a little box over here, and I can say something like, hey, what does eclectic mean? Huh? And I make that comment, And now the author of this portion that I commented on, which happens to be me, could reply to this and say, eclectic means something like varied, but in a haphazard way. So I could reply to that, and then I could say resolve. So this comment could be a comment of, did you spell this right? And I could say, yeah, I spelled this right. I resolve it. And now that comment is gone. And this is problematic for some students because they want a record of what was said. It's those kinds of comments are okay, but they're ephemeral. They might go away when someone clicks on them saying that they have been resolved. So these are all useful and interesting tools, and as we go along, we may find different ways of using them. You can also see the cursor of other people who are logged in. So I can see, for example, right now that Timothy Murray, is logged in and is on this in this portion of the document. I see that Douglas is also logged in, although I'm not sure where his cursor is, probably around here somewhere. I saw it earlier when I was looking through the document. Oh, here it is right here. So he's actually adding to his stuff right now. So get used to this, to using this, and that's pretty much all I want to say about it right now. Except that now I can't find my on-off button. Here we go. So that is the end of this video.